Hello everyone. Welcome to Daily English Listening. Everyone has important moments in life that they will always remember. For many people, one of those moments is their first job interview. It is often a mix of excitement, nervousness, and hope for the future. Today, I would like to share my experience of my first job interview and what I learned from it. It happened a few years ago, shortly after I finished my studies. I had been searching for a job for several weeks, sending applications and waiting for responses. Finally, one day, I received an email from a company inviting me to attend an interview. When I saw the email, I felt both excited and nervous. It was my first real opportunity to get a job, and I wanted to make a good impression. The interview was scheduled for the following week. I knew I had enough time to prepare, but I also knew that preparation was very important. Over the next few days, I began to prepare carefully. First, I researched the company. I visited their website and learned about their products, services, and values. I also tried to understand what kind of person they were looking for. This helped me think about how I should present myself during the interview. Next, I reviewed my resume. I read through it several times to make sure I could talk about my education, skills, and experiences clearly. I also practiced answering common interview questions. For example, I practiced answering questions like, "Tell me about yourself," and "Why do you want to work here?" At first, it felt a little strange to practice speaking alone, but it helped me feel more confident. I also chose my clothes carefully. I wanted to look professional and neat. In the end, I decided to wear a simple shirt, dark pants, and clean shoes. The night before the interview, I felt a little nervous. I kept thinking about what might happen the next day. Would I answer the questions correctly? Would I make a good impression? Would I get the job? To calm myself, I reminded myself that this was just the beginning of my journey. Even if things did not go perfectly, it would still be a valuable experience. I went to bed early so that I could wake up feeling rested and ready. On the morning of the interview, I woke up earlier than usual. I took my time getting ready and made sure everything was prepared. Before leaving the house, I checked my bag to make sure I had all the necessary documents, including copies of my resume. I arrived at the company about 15 minutes early. I did not want to be late because punctuality is very important. The office building looked modern and professional. When I entered, I felt a little nervous again. I walked to the reception desk and told the receptionist that I had an interview. She smiled and asked me to wait in the waiting area. As I sat there, I noticed other people waiting as well. Some of them looked calm, while others seemed nervous like me. I took a deep breath and tried to relax. I reminded myself to stay confident and positive. After a few minutes, a man came out and called my name. He introduced himself as the interviewer and invited me into a meeting room. We sat down, and the interview began. At first, he asked me to introduce myself. I spoke slowly and clearly, just as I had practiced. I talked about my education, my interests, and my goals. Then he asked me several questions about my skills and experiences. Some questions were easy, but others were more challenging. At times, I needed a few seconds to think before answering. I tried to stay calm and answer honestly. One question that I remember clearly was, "Why do you want to work for this company?" I explained that I admired the company's work and wanted to learn and grow in a professional environment. The interviewer listened carefully and sometimes asked follow-up questions. During the interview, I also tried to show enthusiasm and a positive attitude. I smiled, made eye contact, and spoke clearly. After about 30 minutes, the interview came to an end. Before leaving, I thanked the interviewer for his time and the opportunity. He smiled and said that they would contact me soon with the results. As I left the building, I felt a mix of emotions. I was relieved that the interview was over, but I was also unsure about how well I had done. I thought about my answers and wondered if I could have done better. However, I also felt proud of myself. I had faced my fear and completed my first job interview. That alone was an important achievement. Over the next few days, I waited for a response from the company. Waiting can be one of the most difficult parts of the process. Every time I checked my email, I felt a little nervous. Finally, a few days later, I received a message from the company. I opened the email with excitement and a little fear. The message said that although they appreciated my effort, they had decided to select another candidate for the position. At first, I felt disappointed. I had hoped to get the job. However, after thinking about it, I realized that the experience itself was very valuable. My first job interview taught me many important lessons. I learned the importance of preparation. I learned how to communicate more clearly. I learned how to stay calm under pressure. Most importantly, I learned that failure is not the end. It is simply a step toward improvement. After that experience, I continued applying for other jobs. Each interview became a little easier because I was more familiar with the process. Eventually, I succeeded in getting a job. Looking back, I am grateful for my first interview, even though I did not get the position. It helped me grow and become more confident. Everyone has to start somewhere, and the first step is often the hardest. If you are preparing for your first job interview, remember to stay calm, be yourself, and do your best. Even if you do not succeed at first, every experience will help you improve. And one day, your effort will lead you to the opportunity you are looking for.